You can go ahead.
All right. We want to welcome everybody and thank you for having this call for me, Miss Monk. We appreciate you having it. I got some other people that's trying to get on now. I'm texting as I'm speaking, but we do welcome everyone to this call tonight, to the Zoom tonight. And we know that there's going to be a very good presentation, and I'm excited about what's getting ready to take place. So I guess you can take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Pastor and Mrs. Tankard. I've heard so much about you from your friend Del Cates. And I'm just excited for your future because I know that you all have a big vision. You've told me that much already. And so what I'm going to do is let me just do this. Okay. But let me introduce myself and let you know a little bit about me before we get started. My name is Verdita Monk. I'm out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. And my husband and I are very, very passionate about what you're going to be hearing about tonight. And I'll tell you, exactly
I'm
what
telling
happened
you.
to us. And let me make sure that everybody mutes their lines because I'm hearing people talking in the background. Let's make sure that everybody's line is muted. Let me just Okay, thank you. But let me go back to my story. A friend of ours reached out to us about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and he told us he had something that he wanted to share with us, and it was about a patch. It was regarding a patch, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, a technology which is called a stem cell reactivation patch, X39 stem cell reactivation patch. And he wanted us to try this patch because he said it was doing so many phenomenal things for people. We were literally about to go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where my husband is from. So it was very time sensitive for us to catch up with him. And so when we got to Milwaukee, just out of curiosity, we put the patch on but the only thing was we didn't think we needed the patch because we thought we were healthy people. We didn't have any type of pain. And what happened was we got on a call just like the one you're on tonight, and we heard some tremendous testimonies from people. It just so almost unbelievable things were happening to people. And so we decided, we'll just try the patch out of curiosity. And the very first night that my husband tried the patch, and I'm not going to even tell you what happened right now. I'm going to tell you a little bit later because we're going to get into some testimonies as well. But I'm going to tell you what happened to my husband when we put that patch on. And so what I want to do now is get into a PowerPoint presentation, which really explains why we're talking about this. Now, why have you ever been patched? Somebody on this call may have patched you. I don't know. But if they have patched you, let me tell you what this patch does. It elevates copper peptides in your body. It also reactivates the stem cells that are dormant in your body, and your whole body is going to be regenerated. And let me tell you why you would even want to wear this patch. See, stem cell technology, many people think they know about it, but what most people know about stem cells is that it's injected into your body, coming from an embryo or an umbilical cord. That's the traditional method that doctors use to give people stem cell therapy. And why do they do that? Because haven't you heard of situations where doctors say, "There's nothing else I can do," or this situation is so critical and you're in a condition where I can't really help you anymore. And so doctors are now catching on to stem cell injections. Well, let me tell you the issue that many people have with stem cell injections. I already told you one is because it's coming out of someone else's body. You're injecting someone else's stem cells. Number two, it's very expensive. You know stem cell injections range anywhere from 5,000 to up to $100,000 per injection. There are some still types of stem cell injections are just that expensive. Another thing, they're not covered by insurance and they're not guaranteed. And so, another thing about injections is they're localized, meaning if you got a pain in your knee, but yet you got a heart issue, and they put that injection in your knee because of the excruciating pain in your knee, it's not going to help you with your heart. It's only going to help you with the area where you put the injection. In contrast, this patch, number one, is very cost effective. It's about the price of a cup of coffee, one of these. It's not localized because it's systematic. If there's anything going on in your body, it could be working on 10 or 15 different things at one time because it does everything. And so our bodies were designed to heal themselves. And so, also it's just it's a money back guarantee on this, where, like you say, injections, there is no guarantee on those. And 30% of the time, they don't even work. Okay, so let me tell you about our company just so you give a little bit of credibility so that you can understand this is not an average thing that we're talking about. I want to tell you about our company, LifeWave, which is a 20-year-old company. Next week, we will be celebrating our 20th anniversary. And we're now in over 75 countries, you guys. We're growing so fast. For the first 18 years of existence, our company was averaging about 20 million a year. That's when the athletes, certain elite athletes, prestigious universities and doctors were circulating these patches. But then when the X39, because see, the X39 was not the first patch. The first patch I'll tell you about in a moment, but when the X39 came about in 2021, that's when the company shot up to 320 million. And then by the end of last year, the company did over 430 million in revenue. We've already done over 600 million this year, and we will exceed maybe close to 700 by the end of this year. That just lets you know how fast our company's growing. Why is it growing so fast? It's because our product works. And you're going to hear about that in a moment. And this is not an ordinary product that you can just get anywhere. Like products like weight loss and skincare and hair care, you can get those almost anywhere. But no one can get this patch. And that's because we have exclusive rights to this patch. Now, let me introduce you to the inventor of this patch. He's a CEO inventor, but this man is literally what you call a genius. See, he started out with the Navy SEALs about 20 years ago, and that's when he created his first patch, which was the energy patch. And the purpose of that patch was, the government commissioned him to come up with something for the Navy SEALs to stay energized over 36 hours at a time with no kind of, food or drink. I mean, it was just amazing what he did. And it was very effective. That's why elite athletes gravitated toward it. That's why prestigious universities that have these sports teams gravitated toward it, as well as physicians. But now he has over 180 patents, you guys. I don't know anybody personally that has a patent, but for somebody to have 180 patents in 20 years, he must be a genius. Now, then in 2008, he started focusing his attention on stem cell research, but it took him 10 years to do something that scientists says nobody could ever do. It was said that no one could ever reactivate the stem cells that are already in our bodies. But David Schmidt proved him wrong. He did over 80 case studies and took some of the most talented physicians around the world to conduct these studies and spent almost $5 million to bring it to market. But as a result of that, the technology was patented. So that means that no one can recreate this patch. No one can duplicate it. First of all, if they try, they may not even be successful, because remember, it took him 10 years. But also, it means that we have exclusive rights. Nobody can duplicate this. No one can market this product except for it has to come from LifeWave. So let me read exactly what the patent says. It says this is a wearable phototherapy apparatus that produces beneficial effects to a human body, such as activation of stem cells, improvement of strength, improvement of stamina, pain relief via a non-transdermal container. So basically, it's saying that it's going to reactivate stem cells, and it can't say that in a patent unless it's true. And once you create a patent, it means that it has to work. So hopefully, by you seeing this patent listed, registered right here, you will understand that it is proven and that it works. Now, why would you want to wear X39? I told you a little bit earlier, but guess what? By the time we're age 30, our stem cells begin to go dormant. Remember, stem cells are what help our body heal itself. And by the time we're 60, almost all of them are inactive. And that's why you start seeing older people start getting dementia and Alzheimer's. That's why you see people walking around with canes, walking slower. Their memories got all kind of stuff, you guys. And so this is why this is important. And so stem cells make up the tissues and organs in our bodies, and they're the body's intended repair system. And so the fewer stem cells you have in your body, the slower you're going to heal and the faster you're going to feel the effects of aging. That's why it's important to wear this patch. Now, I want to let you know these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. First of all, it's not a drug, and it's just to reboot your body so that your body can heal themselves. Now, how does this work? I know you're saying, how in the world does this work? Well, it's called a proprietary form of phototherapy. Here's the way I would like to describe it. Have you ever heard the analogy that when you go out into the sun, the vitamin D in your body is elevated? Well, there is not vitamin D being deposited in your body, nor is it flying around in the air. Same thing with this patch. In the middle of this patch are crystals, nanocrystals made out of plants, salts, and sugars. And you can't see them because they're so tiny. But you know how a chandelier, the crystals on a chandelier reflect light, and that's how they shine. Well, that's what happens when you put this patch on your body. The heat and the light of your body reflects off of these crystals. And when that happens, the copper peptides are elevated and the stem cells are reactivated. That right there is another term called photobiomodulation. You guys, basically, it's a miraculous process. It's a phenomenal process that is amazing. And this is why everybody is so excited about this patch. Now, anything's not going to go into your body. It's non-transdermal. It reflects light to activate, as I just said. There are no drugs or chemicals. Therefore, it can't be FDA approved because guess what? It's not a drug. And this is why we have so many physicians that are promoting the product. We have so many athletes that are wearing, elite athletes that are wearing it because, athletes, they have a very strict rule of depositing anything into their body. So it cannot be any drugs or chemicals, any kind of stimulants in this patch. That's why if you're on any kind of medication, you don't even have to worry. It's not gonna hurt you at all. And so it's 100% non-invasive. Now, here's some of the benefits. For example, increased strength. As we get older, our strength is depleted. Reduce inflammation. As any type of illness or pain that's in your body, you better believe there's some inflammation nearby. Energy and vitality, increased stamina, mental clarity. I always like to tell people how I benefited from mental clarity because I have a whole lot of technical details that I have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm an interior designer and I work on, projects with contractors, electricians, construction drawings. It's just a whole lot, right? I used to get overwhelmed and now I'm just flying through the day. I'm just being able to handle everything. Plus I used to forget a lot of stuff and I don't do that anymore because the mental clarity has really improved. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions. How many people do you know that have fallen and because they just don't have they're older, and when you get older and you fall, more than likely some bones are going to be broken. But when this patch is restoring your muscle and skeletal conditions, you know how significant this is. Improving the sleep. Now, this is where I get to tell you the testimony of my husband and why we got so excited when we first wore the patch. You see, for 10 years, my husband was a chronic snorer. Not only did he snore very loud like a bear, he also had acid reflux. So between the snoring and the choking and the coughing all night long, I mean, I would have to beat on his back because I thought he was choking. I mean, this was consistent every single night. Do you know that was November the 12th of 2022? My husband has not snored since. He stopped snoring the very first night. And see, Snoring is a medical issue, you guys. It could be dangerous, but not only that, when you can't sleep, it's not healthy for you not to get enough sleep. So we've been having sweet dreams ever since, to say the least, okay? Improve skin appearance. Now, people with all kinds of issues like acne, but other kind of conditions in their skin. I'm going to show you some before and after pictures in a moment so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But once again, I want to ensure that you know that we're not saying these products can diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. We're just rebooting the body so that it can heal itself. Now, I told you there were over 80 case studies to prove this patch works. And they can be found and reviewed on a website called thisisitinfo.com. And in those case studies, they discovered these things that I'm about to tell you. These were actual results in the case studies. In the first few days, over 4,000 genes begin to reset. Let me tell you why that's so significant. Because if you've ever heard that red wine helps you with your heart, helps you live longer, and that's because it has something in it called resveratrol. Resveratrol only will reset 2 genes. So you got to drink a whole lot of red wine to come up with 4,000 genes. So this patch resets 4,000 genes in just a few days. Now, within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Do you know anyone with PTSD? Do you know anyone with Alzheimer's, dementia? Do you know anyone that is autistic? All of those conditions. Do you know anyone that's depressed? All of those conditions indicate that a person's brain is unbalanced, but they saw people's situations change within 6 weeks. Within 3 months, the collagen in your body is increased. Collagen is in your bones, it's in your muscles, it's everywhere in your body. And within 3 months, it is increased. It's very important. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. I know a lady who is 70, well, she's probably 75 years old now, but when I met her, she was 73. She lives about 5 minutes from me. This lady has been wearing this patch at the time for 2.5 years. They say that every 6 months that you wear this patch, your heart is going to reverse by 8 years, and your liver and your lungs and your kidneys, everything is going to reverse. So she took a test called the vascular age test. And when they looked at, they said that she was 35 years old. And they said something must be wrong with the machine because, there's no way it could show you at 35 years old. She said, oh yeah, listen, I've been wearing this patch and it's been reversing my age ever since I've been wearing it. So if you can think about it, if she's wearing 2.5 years, every 6 months, she was able to reduce her organs in her body by 8 years. According to David Schmidt himself, it's not just anti-aging, you guys, it is age reversing. So we're gonna be getting younger and younger. And and more so the organs in our body are gonna operate as if we were, 20 or 30 years old. Seriously. So this is pretty exciting. Now, how do you wear this patch? It's very simple. All you got to do is put it on anywhere in your body, wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. If you start at 8 in the morning, and you can take it off at 8 at night. You're looking at 2 locations on here that they're displayed. And those are just the 2 locations they use during the case studies. You can literally put it anywhere. This is below the belly button and one on the C7 vertebrae. That's where I wear mine most of the time, behind your neck. And that's because they just wanted to be consistent. But you could literally put it anywhere in your body because it's a systematic thing. It sends a signal to your brain and it tells your body where it's needed. Then you just put that patch on and take it off and put another one on the next day. Why? You're going to get 30 patches inside this packaging, 30 of them. And it's a beautiful packaging. And so you are going to be able to throw those away and use more every single day. And so you can wear more than one at a time, but you really don't need to. Here's the thing. You must drink plenty of water because we're talking about energy flowing through your body. We're talking about your body beginning to detox and getting those toxins out of your body. So that's very important that you're hydrated. Now, listen, I could go on and on with all this sophisticated technology stuff, but I want to make it real. I want to bring it home for you so you can believe it and you can see how significant this is and why the Tankards are so passionate about this that they wanted you to see it for yourself. But before I bring some guests on to give their testimonies, I want to share with you what I meant when I said it helps with severe skin conditions. Look at this gentleman that has a condition, had a condition called vitiligo. There is no cure for vitiligo. There are treatments, but not a cure. But look at his skin before he started wearing X39. Look at the disposition, how he's holding his head down. He just looks sad. Within 3 months, look at the change that his body, he started really looking younger. And look at him 9 months later, he looks like a total different person. He's smiling and happy, and he has way fewer spots on his face. But look at him now. After 1 year of wearing the X39, he is a completely different person. I mean, he probably started working out and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but he says it right there at the top where his testimony is. I've been wearing this patch for 1 year, just started to share this remarkable testimony, and he wanted to share his testimony. I believe someone here once asked, unbelievable hearing. I mean, this is a miracle. This literally is a miracle. Now look at this next person. Wait a minute, what's going on with my screen? Hey, this gentleman had was bald, almost bald at the top of his head. Look how much thicker it became. There's another gentleman that was very thin in the top of his head, but look how thick his hair is. This is a lady that just showing how it helped with her skin. Look at the wrinkles that have disappeared around her mouth and her neck and around her eyes. She looks like a whole different person after 3 years. I mean, that's phenomenal. And so now this is the gentleman, he's 82 years old, and he's a chiropractor. And just look at the muscles in his, I mean, he's, that's not a testimony, but I'm just sharing with you, he's really endorsing this product as a chiropractor. But I want you to know that we do have some other people on this line that I would like to come on and share their testimony. I'm not sure if Miss Dell Cates is available right now. If you're not, Dell, we can get to you. There she goes. Hello, Dell. Come on out and share your wonderful testimony. Dell happens to be the person that introduced this to the Tankards. So come on, Dell, and share us your amazing testimony.
I want to thank everybody for getting on the call tonight. But yes, the stem patch, the X39 has been amazing for us. First, when we first put the patch on, the first night, it stopped my husband from snoring. And he snores real bad, but not anymore. And every night I'm listening, trying to see if his snoring is coming back, and it haven't. So that's one. And then for me, I had an ear infection when it was affecting my TMJ and really bad pain. And I put the patch on. The next day, my pain was completely gone. And I haven't had any pain since. I've also use it for knee problems that I have due to years of working out, different stuff that I have accomplished. Have end up coming up with is bone against bone. So I have issues with my knee big time. And now it's more flexible. I haven't had any pain. When I go do my yoga workouts, it's just everything feels loose. I have a lot more energy because I stay busy with all my stuff I got to do in businesses and stuff. But my energy level has really rised up a whole lot. So I'm really thankful for my sister telling me about this. We were both excited before we got started because it was like, this is something real, and we're just glad to be a part of it. And I thank you, Verdita, for really helping us and getting going.
Well, Dale, I just have a couple of questions. This is amazing testimony because I want to make sure that people understand the significance. I don't even know what TMJ stands for, but how long were you dealing with that before you started wearing the patch?
Well, I've had TMJ for a while, and what it is when you grind or bite down on your teeth at night, and I clench my teeth, so it causes pain in the jaw, and sometimes can affect the ear and all that. But I guess I had affection pain it's been going on last year, really, really bad.
So almost about a year you've been dealing with it.
Ups come and go. And so before the patch, I had a flare up about a week, and I was in really bad pain. And then by the time I put the patch on, it got a little bit better, but it was still painful, and the pain just wouldn't go away. And I had the ringing in my ears and everything. So the first day I took it, the pain just dropped down tremendously from maybe a 10 to a 4. That morning, it was gone. And I've been
So
waiting
this is all in one day.
one day.
Okay. So see, that's what I want to make sure people understand how significant that was, that you had been with that condition all that time, and then within one day it was resolved. Now, what about the knees? How long were you dealing with that problem?
Well, the knees, I probably, it's been a couple years, but I will say, last 9 months, maybe, yeah, within the last 9 months, I had a PRP. So it's similar like a stem injection. It was really injection, but they use your own plasma. So to inject and to keep your knee from hurting and stuff like that. And I got that from did it from a chiropractor. He told me that it probably come back, the pain or whatever, but it lasts about 6 months. And so since then, I started the patch, and I was getting pain on and off. And I guess I've been on the patch for maybe, what, right at a month, almost a month
Yeah,
now.
about a month.
And I haven't got any pain. No.
Well, I
can
know you feel like a whole new
do
person,
it.
and I tell you guys, Dell is very excited. She's been telling everybody about this pet. So thank you, Dell, for
You're welcome.
your your vision here, and for sharing it with the Tankards, and for all that you do. And congratulations for hitting a recent we just celebrated her hitting the first rank in our company because of her achievement. So thank you, Dell.
Thank you.
All right. I have the next person I'd like to invite on, has a powerful testimony, you guys. So get ready with your tissues, because it may make you cry. Miss Annette Steele, can you unmute yourself and share your video, Miss Annette?
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Verdita, for having me on. Yes. Well, my name is Zanette Steele, and I have to say that it has been 1 year and 10 months. I had a spinal stroke, which doctor said is called it's virus to the spine. It's called transverse myelitis. And I had 24 hours after I had taken the booster shot, January 12, 2023. I have not been able to walk. I'm in a wheelchair, and I would say temporary paralytic, because I'm speaking in existence that I will walk again. And I have to say I'm so thankful that I was obedient when I had met with Mr. Patrick Tingling. His wife at the spa had asked me told Patrick to speak with me, and I told him what had happened to me. I was given 3 samples of the patch, X39 patch. And I have to say, I couldn't wait to use it. I came home that day and I put it on. I have to say, the next day, it's 24 hours, I was able to bend my legs. I want to tell you, I had excruciating nerve pain in my legs because it's spinal, also in my spine. Spasms, oh my goodness, I would cry whenever I go to therapy and when I go to the doctor, because the pain used to be so excruciating. I have to say today, it's been 24 days. I have no more nerve pain. My spasms is just piquito. I can bend my legs. I can lift my legs up now. I can bend my foot. I am so thankful. And I was wearing a hearing aid because I had tinnitus in my right ear for 2 months, and I have no more tinnitus in my ear. I am so thankful because I feel so rejuvenating I feel like a new person, and I have the energy. Brain fog, I did have that. I would be on the phone talking to people. I would fall asleep. I don't do that anymore. Also, I was taking gabapentin, 600 milligrams, 3 times a day. That was for the nerve pain. I'm only taking 300 milligrams. And the baclofen, 20 milligrams. I'm only taking 10 milligrams twice a day. So my medication have been reduced. I I am just so, and I have to say, my face, I my face have a whole different look compared to how it was looking before. I would see that under my eyes was getting indented. Now I just can't wait when I get up in the morning to look at the mirror. Oh, I'm so amazed. That's gone. So I just feel I'm so ah, I want to say this X39 patch, I'm telling everyone about this and what it's doing for me. I'm giving my testimonies to wherever I go. I'm telling people, I'm calling people up and I'm telling them, this is phenomenal. I'm so thankful to God. I'm thankful that He had sent an angels, Patrick Tinglin and his wife, to introduce this patch to me. And I'm favorably put it on every morning, 12 hours. I'm drinking a lot of water, and I know that I will be able to walk again. I'm trusting. I and I have to say also, with the spinal stroke, I was both bowel and bladder incontinent, and I want to say now today, I am getting this the sensation to know when I have to go. So I would tell people, listen, don't hesitate. Try the patch because this is phenomenal. It's work. It's what it's doing for me. Um, I am just so excited because I feel like a whole different person. This is not the end of the rope for me. So I
No,
thank
it
you so
isn't.
much for having me on tonight.
Well,
And
we appreciate you, Zanette, for coming on because your testimony really touches me. And I know, I'm very confident you already have the symptoms of your legs and everything improving. I know people, literally do know people, and I wish I could have had the person on the call tonight that have started walking just after a few days and they were in a wheelchair. So I know it's coming. Everybody's body's different and everybody's body heals itself at a different pace. And you had a serious situation. So let's just give it a chance and we're just going to keep you in prayer. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony and keep telling
thank you
everybody about it, okay?
so much.
Now I have one more person. I'm not sure if he's able or willing because I didn't really talk to him, but I asked him to get on. He is on. Mr. Quinn Garner is on. Quinn, are you able to come on and share your testimony? If so, just unmute yourself and do you know how to do that? Let me see if I can. Let me see here. Quinn? Let's see if I have him. Do you know how to unmute yourself, Quinn? I know he's meets his wife there. I think she had to go to meet, so he may not be able to do it. But Quinn is a person that I met, and I mean, he has an amazing testimony. But I think you all get the picture that this patch is amazing. Thank you all for sharing your wonderful testimonies. We're going to keep going through the PowerPoint. Now, uh, again, all the information that we've talked about, the doctor's reviews, the case studies, the patent itself, all kinds of testimonies, as you can see right here, are on this site called thisisitinfo.com. You're going to hear everything you need to understand about stem cell technology, phototherapy, all of it is going to be right there. So you don't have to go Googling all over the internet because all the research has been done. Now, these are just some of the testimonies that you will find on there. If you click on one about chemotherapy, you know it'll tell you a video of a recording of someone that used chemo, whatever the situation is. So dialysis, energy, whatever, strokes, that's on that site. Now listen, you guys, you know, really to consider yourself well-rounded. We all need to have health freedom, to be free of disease and pain. Isn't that something? I mean, if you're in any kind of health crisis, that's very uncomfortable. Financial situations where people can't pay their bills, all of that is important to be able to free to pay your bills and just live comfortably. And it's also important to have time freedom. I met a man today that works 2 jobs, 8 hours for each job. He works 8 hours in the daytime and 8 hours at night. That is too much work for one person. 2 jobs is for 2 people. But to be able to have freedom in all these areas of your life is important. And we're going to address that right now because I know that based on what you've heard, some of you are saying, I just can't wait to try some of those patches. And we're going to show you how to get some of them. But I want you to know that if you got off this call and you had a relative that maybe is in a wheelchair or have some type of excruciating pain, you're gonna just be so excited to tell them that you heard about something that may help them. And guess what? If those people decide, you know what, I want to try some of those patches, you get rewarded. The company actually rewards you or pays you for just sharing it. That's all we're doing right here. These people that just got on this call, all they're doing is sharing it with other people, and they're being intentional about sharing it with people they care about. So here's an opportunity for this global business opportunity to help you in so many ways. And because we're growing so fast, you guys, we are the fastest growing referral-based business, home-based business in the world. We're recognized on a site called businessforhome.org as the fastest growing momentum ranked #1 in the world, Lifeway. Because of, now that's incredible. So we have a compensation plan that I'm going to share with you how you're going to be compensated as you share this with other people, but we can't make any promises or guarantees because it's all based on your skill set and your effort, okay? Just want to make that disclaimer. So here's what will happen if you purchase some of these patches. You can become a retail customer. It's going to cost you $150 to get a 30-day supply of these patches if you want to be a customer. If you want to be a preferred customer, simply means that you want to commit to ordering every month for at least 6 months. You're going to be able to get them for $99.95 when you do that. But if you decide you want to get a package, I'll tell you more about that. But whenever someone purchases one of these packages that I will tell you more about later, you're going to earn money from that as well. But here's the second way we get paid. You know, the first way is what we call a product introductory bonus, meaning you get paid immediately when someone purchases these patches. Another way we get paid is something called a binary team commission, which means that as you introduce this to people and they start introducing it to people, all of these packages and all the patches that are purchased, there are points associated with it. And all those points add up and it equates to money. So in other words, in this scenario, all these people that purchases these packages generated over 2,130 business volume. And on the people over here, like I say, if you introduce your cousin over here and that person got a package and they told a couple of people, all that volume rolls up to you. You don't even know these people, but in this scenario, 1,005 points rolled up to you. And what happens every time this system sees 660 points on one side and 330 points on another, it totals that up and divides that. And every time that happens, you get a bonus of $50. And this scenario, it ended up being $150. Okay. Now that's in addition to your product introductory bonuses. But then keep in mind, it's very important to understand that you need to put a structure in place. We want to help everybody as quickly as we can get to a level called manager. Because when you get to manager, not only are you able to earn $1,500 in that binary that I just told you about, I have plenty of people on my team that are earning that every single week just because they got 4 people on board and because all that money that's generated in the binary rolls up to them. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. It's just about time. Now, here's how you become a manager. Enroll 2 people with one of the packages that I'm going to share with you on your left. and enroll two people. In other words, like for example, when Dell called the Tankards, they purchased a package. They became a business, a brand partner, and the binary in the system, in the computer system, it shows them on one of her sides. And when you get two people on your left and two people on your right, you are what we call a manager, okay? Very simple. Now, here's the real reason you want to be a manager. Is because the next way that we get paid, the third way we get paid is called matching bonuses. That's unlimited income potential. Here we go. Let's say, for example, I'm still going to use the example with Dell and the Tankards. Let's say the Tankards, as we know, fall on Dell Cates's first level. And let's say every time the Tankards earn money in the binary, Dell Cates would earn 25% of whatever they earn. Let's say they made $1,000 this week in the binary. Dell would earn $250. Okay, but you must be a manager in order to get this matching bonus. Let's say Dell enrolled 10 people and they all did $1,000 this week in the binary. She'd make $2,500 this week. Do you see how exciting this can be? But then the Tankards are sharing this with other people. The people that the Tankards enroll will fall on Dell's second level. They'll fall on the Tankards first level, but Dell's second level, she'll earn 20% of whatever those people earn in the binary. And when those people share with other people, that's the third level. So it starts growing on the second and third level. You start seeing dozens of people and hundreds of people, and you get paid as long as that's why you got to get to manager. It's very simple. A lot of people leave a lot of money on the table just because they won't go and share this with 4 people. And that's why we keep emphasizing it. You have no idea how many people I let them know. Do you realize you got 500,000 points sitting under you, but you got to get 4 people to get that money. Now, here's an example of how significant the matching bonuses work. This is you. And let's say these are 4 people that you share this with. And over time, they start earning money in that binary. The first person earned 5,000. The second person earned 3,000. The third person earned 6,000. And the fourth person earned $3,000 in the binary in 1 week. That adds up to $17,000 just on your first level that's generated in their own binaries. You're getting 25% of that, in this case, $4,250. But those people shared it with people who fell on your second level. That's the dark blue area, adding up to $23,500 in binary commissions that these people receive. You're getting 20% of that, which is $4,700. All of this is weekly income I'm referring to, you guys. And on the third level, these people totaled up to 38. See, there's more people down here on the third level and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth level than there are on the first and second. So that's why you want to, and now we're talking about 38,000, 20% match. There's a lot of money. So you in this particular week earn $16,550 in binary commissions. Trust me, there are plenty of people that are, and on my team alone, that are earning some of this kind of money. And so it is real. And we want to help you get there as well if you're motivated to earn the money. This site right here, this is at team.com, really goes over the comp plan a little bit more detail, but that's basically the way we get paid, you guys, 4 different ways. And so we also have this tool that I want to tell you about. It's like a postcard that shows on one site. This is an info, so it lets people know where to go to get more information about the patches. And it talks about how to wear the patch, instructions. And then on the other side, it talks about the benefits, and they go in this little envelope. And when you run into people, especially my husband and I literally were at a restaurant earlier this evening, and there was a couple sitting next to us, and my husband makes friends with everybody that we meet. We got to talk, and it turns out the man was a mechanical engineer. And I said, really? I said, I have something that you might be able to understand, because mechanical engineers, they're dealing with frequencies and all this kind of stuff. And I said, are you familiar with stem cell technology? So you know how that conversation went. And by the time we finished, we gave them some patches, and I know I have a really good feeling these people are going to want to buy some because I provided with enough information and some resources. So that's how you use these cards. You just put the patches in there and give them. I would give them out to as many of my friends and relatives as I could if I were you. Now, you may have been text or emailed this application from the Tankards, because this application right here is how you let us know what package you want to get. I'm going to elaborate on these packages, but one thing I want you to know is if you take this application and just write on a piece of paper, because I know you probably can't type it on the computer, but on a piece of paper, write your name, your address, everything that it asks you, your date of birth, how do you want your website? Because you get to choose your own name of your own website. How are you going to pay for it? Whatever credit card. And then you let the Tankards know which one of these packages you want, or whether you just want to be a customer. I will let you know that the people who get the packages get to get in the binary. If you do not get a package and you just get the sleeve as a retail customer, you will pay more and you do not get a chance to be in the binary. So that's something you want to think about when you're deciding how you want to get some of the product, because I'm almost positive that everybody on this call would love to try some of these packages. Now, here, let me elaborate on the packages. The first package we call the core. That's 3 sleeves. And for those of you who may have known it as a different name, they recently changed the names of our packages. The core is 3 sleeves. It's $295. So remember, there's 30 patches in a sleeve. Now, why would you want 3 sleeves? Because if you're wanting to try these products yourself and you're married, there is no way that I was about to let my husband, use or order him some sleeves and I not have any. So if you're married, you need at least 2 sleeves, but more than likely, you're going to probably share some with your mother or your sister or your brother or somebody. And now you really need 3 sleeves minimum. That's $295. That's the core. The second package we talk about is called the advanced package. That's $535, but now you're going to get 6 sleeves. So really what you're doing is paying $35 for that extra sleeve they're giving. You're paying $99 for the first 5, and then for another $35, you're getting another sleeve. So that's a really good deal. But why do you want the advanced package? Because in order to be a manager, you must be either the advanced package or you need to accumulate at least 300 points. And I want to get too detailed about it, but that's why it's best to get the advanced package. Plus, if you're wanting to earn money, now you got more sleeves. If it's 2 of you in your family, you still got 4 sleeves, enough to share with. And I know the Tankards, for example, know a lot of people. They may want to send each couple 6 of these, like 3 for the husband, 3 for the wife, put them in an envelope. And the more people you share these patches with, the more you make money. You heard what Dell said. Her husband stopped snoring this same night. The next morning, the pain, the TMJ or G or whatever it was she had, went away. The pains went away. So this is why you want to share it with people, because things happen. Then the third package I want to talk about is called the premium. This is for people who are really serious. And let me tell you why my husband and I got this package. It was not because of the money. We got this package because we had a big vision. When I saw what happened to my husband, and I heard testimonies like Dale and Zanette, when I heard those kinds of testimonies, and my husband heard those kind of testimonies, what came to us was that, you know what? We know a lot of people that need these patches. There is no way I would let my uncle that has Parkinson's, not have access to these patches. I'm going to get enough. I'm going to give him and his wife 5 apiece. Okay, do you see, how this works? So we had a list of 25 couples on our list. We gave each of them 10 patches. That's 250 patches. And then we also had another list of 25 individuals. We gave them 5. Now, I told you to give 3 for the wife, 3 for the husband, but we gave 5 each because we didn't know any different. I mean, you can get whatever you want, but that's what we decided to do. That left us 2 sleeves, which was enough for me. It left us 6 sleeves, which was enough for me and my husband to have for the next 90 days. See, when you get this premium package, you don't have to worry about placing any more orders for the next 90 days. Why is all this important? Because in order to receive money in the binary, you must be active in the system. You must have at least 1 sleeve. This is $99 a month. You first of all, you want to stay on the product, but in order for the company to pay you something, you must be active. And the way you stay active is called a monthly subscription. And it's a beautiful benefit because you're staying healthy. Now, in order to maximize all the money in a comp plan, you will only earn up to $100 per week, which is enough to cover any expenses that you would have incurred for this 1 sleeve. But if you want to make more than $100 a week and maximize and start making that $2,000 and $3,000 a week, you need to get 2 sleeves. but that's really nothing because you're already making that money. But you don't have to pay for a subscription for the next 90 days, okay? So that package is $1,750. So now you know the difference between the packages, and you let Pastor Tankard know which one you want. And back up, print, type it up, write it up on a piece of paper, take a picture, send it, let them know what package you want, and we're gonna get the people in the system. And you see what happened in that binary, the people at the top, the people who came into the binary first were able to benefit from all the volume and all the activity that fell below them. Because as Bishop Tankard brings people on board, they're gonna fall under you. They have to fall under you, because if you're on his left side, they're gonna fall up under the last person. And here you are, you're gonna benefit from volume from people you don't even know. It is a beautiful thing, y'all. Trust me. Now, get back. This right here, what you're looking at right now is just a list of all the different Zooms and calls that we do every week. For example, tonight is Thursday. This is a Spanish call that's on right now, but at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Pacific, we do what we call our West Coast expansion call. So there will be people on this call tonight. If you know someone in California or Washington or Las Vegas, any of those, they may want to get on a call like this and hear some phenomenal testimonies, you guys. And so, but if you go to a site called digitalalliance101.com, digitalalliance101.com, you'll see, if you click on Friday or Thursday, you will see this information, or tomorrow at lunchtime, so we got something going on every day. Just click on Zoom schedule and you will see all the calls and all the information. So, I won't this is a training that we're doing in January, but I don't want to get into that. But I do want you to know is that it's time now to make your move. Are you serious about your dreams? I will share that since my husband and I have been part of this company, some amazing things have happened. Literally, we just finished a renovation at my house. And paid cash. We've never been able to do, we've been married 42 years. We've never been able to do something like that in a very short period of time. All of our neighbors are walking up and down the street, we're inspiring everybody around us because they're seeing the whole exterior of the house change, and now the interior. We were able to do that with cash. And this is some of the things we want to do is to make our house feel good. But and the company is giving all kinds of incentive trips. We just went to Greece. All the beautiful places in Greece that you go on a cruise. We've won that trip, about to go to Punta Cana. And so whatever you want to do, we believe that this company can help you do it. And we're going to help you get there, you guys. So I want to thank all of you for getting on this call tonight. And this call is recorded. I'm going to give that to the Tankards, but thank you all so much for your time. Please get back with whoever invited you to this call, and they can get those patches for you, get you what package you want, and get you in the system, you guys. With that being the case, I want to thank you all, and we'll hopefully talk to you soon.